York City. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you as well.
So I would love to know, what are you doing in the off season to prep for the season, mentally, spiritually, physically, all three?
Yeah, that's a good question. Mentally, getting away from the game, but also finding balance. For me, going into year 15, being able to connect with my family, that's really where I find peace. As well as traveling as well too. I think that gives me a different perspective, but it also puts football in perspective as well too, and what's asked of us for the season. That's a grind of a season, so you want to go into it with a clear mind. From a physical standpoint, obviously training. When you get to year 15, you always have to move around. I truly believe that movement is medicine, so I try to move as much, training, doing different things to keep the body ready. And spiritually, just grounding myself. Obviously, I'm a believer, so I like to start there every day, reading a devotion, whether it's the Jesus Calling app from Sarah Young or something that my mom put in the group chat with the family. Just a humbling and a grounding way to start off the day. Puts a lot in perspective. I was once told years ago, you change a man's perspective, you can change his ways. So just puts a lot into perspective.
Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. Nova, pleasure. So first of all, can you tell me what this organization personally means to you?
It's amazing. United Way has done so much for me, not only me, but the community, the communities, that they serve. But for me, being honored tonight as a hometown hero it's a blessing. After I got drafted, I wanted to come to New York, and I wanted to, be a pillar in the community and really be an impact. And we've been able to do that so far. We've taken steps. We're doing it day by day. So this is just a start.
Love it. So one of my main questions, and something that I'm super interested in, is what music are you listening to get you hyped before a game? What are the artists? What are the hits? I need to know.
I don't know. I like to change it up every now and then. Sometimes I go instrumental. Sometimes I go I change it up. But I would probably say I'm listening to a lot of Kendrick Lamar right now.
Got you. They not like us. Love it. All right. So tell me a little bit about the kids. What sort of impact did they have personally on you? What did you learn from them?
Yeah. I think it's patience. Things have to be kind of watered and tendered to, so nothing happens overnight. And also that instant gratification. I think with kids, you understand that, it takes time for them to learn in their processes. So, for me, being along their journeys while I'm still in my journey has been dope.
Definitely. And tell me, what are you doing in the off season to prep for the season, mentally and physically?
Yeah. The off season, you got to get a break. I got away. I took some vacation. And now I was getting my body right. So I'm fully healed, I'm energized, and I'm ready to get to work.
Got you. And favorite look at the Met? Anybody?
Favorite look? I don't know. Cardi B looked good. I saw her. She had on some green. That was really dope. And I'd say Pharrell. He had on just a clean white suit. It was nice.
Oh, between you and I, who's your favorite player at the moment and why?
My favorite player at the moment and why? Retired or playing?
That's up to you. How about we do both?
Because I'm afraid of Harry Carson. He could be my favorite player. Ted Moodis is my favorite architect. That's my trainer, Lou Abato. And that's Tyrod Taylor, so he's one of my favorite. That's my wife. She's one of my favorite.
MVP,
yeah, so who's my favorite player? I run a Joe Namath golf tournament. So Joe's been a good friend for a long, long time. So he and Harry are both United Way board members. And current board members are Amani Toomer, former Giant, and my friend Tony Richardson. And now Chris Canty's joined the board. But because he didn't mention me on his talk show 2 days ago, I take back mentioning Chris Canty's name. And I am going to tell his mother, who's going to be here tonight, that he didn't do it.
Should I bring it up to him too?
If you would, I would love you forever. So. Thank you.
Thank you so much. First of all, this is obviously a very important organization. I would love to know, what is your personal mission statement for this organization? We know the organizations, but I want to know your personal.
Absolutely. So I'm a lifetime New Yorker. I was born and raised in Queens. I have worked for people in poverty and making sure they thrive my entire career. United Way of New York City is the vehicle by which we get creative and how we meet community where they are and make sure that we're bringing community to the table. So when you talk about my own personal mission statement, is to make sure that we're bringing every resource possible to New Yorkers to make sure that they can thrive, because they deserve to live in a city that's looking out for them.
Definitely. And Tell me about the kids. The kids must have a special effect on you, and they're adorable. So, if anything, I'm sure that that's your personal go-to as well. Tell me about the kids.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that when we go to our schools and we see kids with all these dreams, but also incredible barriers, whether it's food insecurity, housing insecurity, they deserve to have adults that are looking out for them and making sure that we're taking away those barriers so their dreams can come true. And I think the beauty of the Gridiron is that we have so many players who one day were those kids and their dreams have come true. And they come back and they give back to the community. And it's such a full circle moment for United Way to be the pathway by which we bring that example to our community.
My final question, what can you say about the impact that the players have on the kids? What kind of feedback have you heard? I'm sure you've heard great things.
I mean, we have dealt with little kids who get readings from these huge superstars to teenagers who get to ask them, how did you get to where you are? So the impact is varied and deep. Our little kids are seeing their heroes, and our kids who are figuring out their future get to have real conversations about what are the things that you had to go through to get to where you are. So it is giving back at a multi-generational level.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it, and continue the hard work.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about this organization tonight and what personally drew you to this organization.
Well, the United Way just does so much in New York City for these underserved communities. When you hear about 1.5 million people in New York that are just dealing with food insecurities. They're hungry, they're not being fed, and almost 500,000 of those people are children. That is where the United Way comes in. And what is incredible about the United Way is the way that they partner with the NFL and specifically the New York Giants and the New York Jets. And these players and those teams, do incredible work. And they're both inspiring, and of course, they attract crowds and they attract donors because of who they are on the football field. But it makes a difference in these people's lives, and we really need money in those areas right now.
So I know this is a controversial question for tonight, but who are you rooting for, and who's your favorite player?
The New York Knicks. I am in orange for the Knicks. They're in the Eastern Conference semifinals. Look, I always root for who's going to go to the Super Bowl, who's going to give me the best story. I'm a reporter. I cover both teams. I really want them both to go 17-0. They don't have to play each other this year, so we don't have to worry about that. But, I'm a New York football fan, and just really appreciate what these guys do in the community.
Thank you so much. We really
thank you.
Thank you.